If you want to know how to make this, the best shortbread, a traditional Scottish recipe, then you're in the right place. And don't forget to click the subscribe button so you can receive my latest videos. Hello and welcome to Simon's Bacon Isolation Inspiration. As you know, we are making shortbread today. Now this recipe comes from my really good friend. His name is Jock and he's Scottish, so you know this will be good. Now Jock, being the proper old boy that he is, has given me this recipe in ounces. Who works in ounces anymore? I certainly don't. So I've taken the liberty of converting it into grams because we're much more sensible. Let's crack on with the ingredients. In this bowl, we have got 115 grams of caster sugar. In this bowl, we have got 115 grams of cornflour. In this bowl, we have got 230 grams of butter. And in this bowl, we have got 230 grams of plain flour. So simple how to make shortbread. Now, if you missed any of them ingredients and you still work in ounces because you're goldies but oldies, in the description I will list all the ingredients you'll need to make this shortbread. Right, now let's get started. Get your butter and take a few steps back from your bowl and see if you can whop it in. First go, baby! Now kids, just as a little word of warning, I only took a few steps back to throw mine in the bowl. Let me know in the comments down below how far back you got and how many times you missed the bowl. And also, how many times your parents yelled at you for doing it. Now, get your sugar straight in. Now, we want to get our whisk and cream them together until they're creamed together. Now, as your butter and sugar start coming together, at this point right here is when you want to get the whisk and absolutely go berserk. Now, this is the consistency that you're looking for. It's really thick, and as you can see, it's light and fluffy. Babe, we need to get an electric whisk.
Electric whisks are for cheats.
Oh yeah! Hey! Now it's time to put the flours together. So with your plain flour and your corn flour, mix them together. Get your little whisking fingers on and just give that a little mix together. Now with your flour, put it in to your buttery sugar mixture. Now, with your spatula, give this a little whisk together until it forms a nice soft dough ball. Right, when it gets to this sort of consistency, this is the moment you want to get your hands in and finish it off, bring it into that dough ball. Just roll it around, getting all the flour, get it all mixed together. Now don't be alarmed if it starts falling apart. This is shortbread and it's supposed to be crumbly. That's what it's called, shortbread. Now this is what you're looking for. It's just a real soft dough. When you break it apart, it just crumbles. That's the sort of consistency we're looking for. Now let's get this dough rolled out. So grab a little bit of plain flour and you only want to light dusting. The way you do light dusting is you just flick it with your wrist like that. Get a pinch and just flick it. Perfect. Give your dough a little sprinkle and your rolling pin. And now you want to roll this out until it's rolled out. Now roll your shortbread out to the thickness that you want. Traditional shortbread is quite thick, so just make it the size of like a small dinner plate. Nice thickness. This is the moment where you can start cutting shapes out. You know, you've got little cutters of this, circles, a few Christmassy ones, hearts, stars, and there's a plethora of cutters that you could choose. But today we're making traditional shortbread, so I'm going to cut mine up into little fingers. Right, so with a sharp knife or any sort of knife, let's start cutting it. We want it into a nice square to begin with, so just take the tippy tips off. Don't worry, none of this will get wasted. Right, now we've got a square. Get the size of the fingers you want. They don't have to be too sort of symmetrical. Now kids, make sure your parents have lined you a baking tray. It's the most boring job, so that's why you get them to do it. Now, with a, whatever you call this thing, get your shortbread and gently place it onto a tray. Now I've got them on there and I've got the leftover dough, just with your hands, just roll it ever so gently back up into a ball and then start the process all over again. Remember, get your knife, cut the tops, the sides, so you get a nice square. We don't waste any in this house. For the last one, as a sign of my love for my wife, I'm going to give her a nice heart shape, because there's nothing wrong with a bit of romance. That one's for you, my dear. And like I said, wasting not a bit, just smush this one down with your hand. And there we go. Perfect shortbread. Now we've got all our shortbread on the tray. It's time to go over with a fork and put some holes in it. It's quite traditional. So get your fork and just pop a few holes. Now for those of you that have seen my other videos, I like to use this, and it's not for massage, this is a docker. And what you do is you roll across it and it creates little holes. It's a lazy person's way. Now being gentle, just hold on to it and just dock over the top. I have just popped my shortbread in the fridge at 15-20 minutes just to firm up. This gives me plenty of opportunity to tidy up. So cue the cleaning up montage. These have been in the fridge for about 15-20 minutes, whatever. Now it's time to get them in the oven. So come with me, over here, go on. It's now time to get these bad boys in the oven. Gas mark 3 or 160 degrees. Now Jock the wee laddie has told me that I have to put them towards the top of the oven. So I'm gonna do that. And he recommends between 30 and 40 minutes and keep an eye on them so they don't burn. They wanna be just nicely golden. Just come out the oven. Mine took 30 minutes, yours might take longer, so keep an eye on them. And a good way to tell, they've changed colour, the edges have just started to brown, and if you flip one over, you can see it's changed into a more of a browny colour. Perfect. Now, while they're still hot, get some caster sugar. You want to use caster, granulated's a bit too grainy for this. No real measurements, just tip a bit in. With a spoon, just with your hand, just go along and give each one a jolly good old dusting. The reason why we put the sugar on now while it's hot is because it helps the sugar to stick to the biscuit. Otherwise, if you picked it up, it would just fall off and make a mess everywhere and it would just be bleh. Now, we got to let these bad boys cool down before we can have a taste test. These have cooled down enough for me to taste. So here we go. This one's for you, Job. That is so good. Really soft, really buttery, just melts in your mouth. I can see why the Scots eat so much of this. I mean, just gotta get it all in. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you've enjoyed it and you want to see more, click my face right here to subscribe to me. And if you want to see more videos from me, click here to see all my other recipes. I'll see you later. I'll see you later.